Number 8. The immigration debate in Spain is really fun. I love how America has issues with Mexicans coming in, because honestly, I'd be hard-pressed to find an American who's willing to work on the kill floor of a meat factory, or who's willing to really be a janitor, or who's willing to be just tons of these things that Americans are just too good to be, according to their own mentality. So what do? We just leave it to the immigrants. Now that's good because that keeps the country running. However, here in Spain, because we speak the same language as the immigrants, at least the ones from South America, they have managed to enter society and pretty much take over every single quote-unquote menial job that you can find in Spain. Now, I'm all up for people finding the opportunities in another country. I think borders should be open. I strongly believe that immigration is a good thing. I don't believe, however, that when I walk into the McDonald's, Pans & Company, Burger King, Vips, Telefónica Movistar, and thousands of other companies that I cannot find a Spanish person working there. Not only that, because they're naturally getting paid less than Spanish people, the service sucks. You go ahead and go try to eat at a Vips in Spain and expect to be waiting between 2 to 4 hours for your meal to come out. I sat in a Vips for 4 hours personally, and yeah. Reason number 9. Did you know that 9 out of 10 Spanish adolescents between the age of 14 and 25 neither go to school nor have a job? Let's look at how that's going to turn out about, 2, 3, 4 years from now even, when these people actually need a job to just keep the society running. Reason number 10. This is probably how things worked out. At the time of Franco's death, people all of a sudden found themselves a newfound freedom, which made them pop more kids than they really should to begin with, and of course allowing them the complete freedom of everything. You can actually see this reflected in the laws and in the social behaviors. You know, because we're so free, and we're such a young democracy, it's really easy for us to fuck up, which we're doing right now really well. We're completely floundering, we want to stick to our old ways, and God forbid we should actually try to join any kind of international community. Now that I've expressed my 10 points, which I would usually express much better if I wasn't so fucking pissed off, I need people to know that I don't actually hate the Spaniards, and I don't actually hate the country as a country itself. Spain is a beautiful country with incredible vistas, an extremely rich history, of friendly people, and a fascinating culture which few other countries really can go ahead and rival. I mean, for Christ's sake, we've started the Inquisition. I, however, have a huge problem with how the country is being run economically, politically, and socially. I just think that there's a few things that are just not working out and need to be changed immediately. For example, the fact that I don't have a job. So right now what I have actually been doing is I've actually created myself an illegal business where I go out and sell cookies to people. This also stems out from a website where you can also order them online at home. Now, I've actually checked into the legality of it. It's completely legal, as it would be in any other country. However, this is one of the only countries where I have to be registered as an independent worker. Now, when you're registered as an independent worker in Spain, that to begin with is 300 euros out of your salary, which equates to about $450. Now that's 300 euros you have to pay out of pocket just to be able to do your own work and and declare yourself as an autónomo. Now, because I am handling food, I have also to pass every month a health certification, which is another 190 euros about a month, you know. $250, easy. After that, did you know businesses involving any kind of food cannot be run out of home? Therefore, it is mandatory for me in this country, if I'm going to start a food-based business, to have not only a storage area to put all of my ingredients, but I actually need to be working outside of the house. It is impossible for me to be able to handle food inside of my house. It is considered unsafe. So I ran some numbers, and according to all of these fabulous calculations, it would cost me about 1,000 euros every month to start my own business selling cookies. Mind you, this is without any of the ingredients or any of the calculations involved to actually make money. These are the base things I need to be within the confines of the law. Now, I understand that I wouldn't be able to start this kind of food business in any other country, you know, without any kind of registration and health thing. But I know for a fact that, for example, the autónomo concept doesn't really work anywhere else. You know, and I'm going to add a little addendum right now about the contract system in Spain, another reason why we're fucked economically. This is exactly how the contract system in Spain works. So let's say that I decide to work for a store which is independently owned, and I go there. This store will go ahead and hand me a temporary contract. This temporary contract is essentially renewed every 3 to 6 months. You have to work very hard in order to get your renewal, make sure you don't get fired after the end of your contract. This is what happens once you get a permanent contract. So your permanent contract pretty much states that the company cannot fire you without paying you for firing you. Now, what ends up happening for small businesses is that they hire somebody who's going to work very well for, let's say, even the first 2 years that they're working, they will work perfectly. The second that they get a permanence contract, well, they don't have to work anymore because there's a really good chance the store can't actually pay them out of their contract in order to fire them. And this has been proven in many places. Many places that you go to nowadays in Spain, you get extremely piss-poor service because the company can't afford to fire the person. Hey, let's be fair, unless it's family owned. Actually have a very strong desire to have a job and want to work and want to make money and want to actually make a customer happy. Oh wow, there's no vacant position because dumbass over there is working instead of me. So to bring all this to a wonderful close, I absolutely cannot stand this country. I would usually never say that any country is better than another one because there's no such thing. Countries are different. But I could definitely, if I were to make a scale, would be putting Spain pretty far down in the bottom. I would probably rather live in the fucking Czech Republic. For the love of God, there's a chance I'd rather live in Sudan than I would live back here in Spain. I would adore to renounce my citizenship, but if I do, I have no citizenship anywhere, seeing how I've already renounced my French citizenship. This is why I hate this fucking place. I hope it sinks into the very depths of hell, as I've previously stated, because that is the only way we could actually get something done in this country and create a revolution into the political system. If you really think about it, it's not that far from back when I was saying that I would rather have McCain win the election in the United States than Obama. Why would I have McCain? Because I can pretty much guarantee that McCain would fuck the country up so bad that there would be no other option than essentially forcing an entire new system. Well, that's what I hope happens to Spain, that eventually the country will crash so down that we will enter into our own Great Depression and eventually, hopefully, somebody will have the brains to change the system. Armed robbery, crimes, rapes, and all those things right now are up in Spain. What are you doing to change it?